Hello, inner shifters, how you doing? Your host, Sophia here. Let's dive into number one, empowering self-monitoring and early detection through technology, because this is where wellness becomes proactive, personal, and powerful. And it's happening all around us in the quiet, everyday moments. Not as science fiction, but as kind and clever innovation. Clara was the first person I saw lean into this. She had always been curious about health, but a bit hesitant too. She wasn't someone who liked hospitals. White coats made her nervous. And for years, she ignored subtle signs in her body, disrupted sleep, small palpitations, occasional fatigue, nothing alarming, but still something. Then her brother gifted her a smartwatch. She laughed at first. "What's it going to do? Count my steps and yell at me when I sit too long," she said. But she wore it anyway, mostly for fun. And within weeks, she started noticing patterns, how her heart rate fluctuated when stressed, how her sleep dipped on work-heavy days. She wasn't being judged, she was being shown, gently, quietly. She began using the data not as guilt, but as guidance. "It's like my body been trying to talk to me and now I can hear it," she told me once. And that hearing led to healing. She made subtle shifts, cutting back on late-night screens, journaling when stress peaked, setting reminders to breathe and walk between meetings. One day, her watch nudged her with a strange alert, elevated resting heart rate for several days in a row. She didn't panic, she scheduled a checkup. Her doctor found signs of an arrhythmia, not severe, but something they wouldn't have caught so early without that digital whisper. "A technology didn't fix me," Clara said. "It reminded me I was worth being listened to." Matteo had a different journey. He was a personal trainer with excellent intuition, could read bodies, predict fatigue, design routines. But when it came to his own body, he was stubborn. Push through, go harder, rest later. Until one day, his fitness tracker showed a sharp dip in his recovery scores. His sleep quality had nosedived, he brushed it off. Then he got sick, depleted, dizzy, out of balance. He had missed the signs. When he recovered, he started leaning into the data. Not obsessively, but respectfully. "It's like having a friend who watches over me when I forget to care," he said. He began using the data to time rest days, optimize hydration, adjust his workouts not based on ego, but on insight. And he started teaching clients differently too, less push, more listening. "Wellness isn't about control," he told a class once. It's about communication. And tech gives your body a louder voice. That's the beauty of self-monitoring. It creates conversation between you and yourself. From blood pressure cuffs that sync with apps, to glucose monitors for those navigating diabetes, to posture trackers for people who spend hours at desks, it's all designed to invite awareness, gently, warmly. And it's not just physical health. Mental health apps now let you log moods, track triggers, monitor how sleep and nutrition impact emotional wellness. You don't have to guess anymore, you get patterns, you get prompts, you get perspective. Clara used a journaling app with AI mood analysis. One morning, it highlighted 3 entries where her tone had subtly shifted toward overwhelm, even though she hadn't noticed. "I thought I was fine," she said. But it was like my words were waving a little flag. She booked a therapy session. "I didn't wait until I broke this time," she said. "I caught myself. Because something helped me notice." And that's the heart of early detection. Catching things before they spiral. Not as fear, but as love. Matteo's grandfather uses a smart scale that tracks weight, hydration, and BMI. It uploads the data automatically to a shared app with his healthcare provider. One day, a small fluctuation prompted a call. A routine checkup found early signs of kidney trouble. They started treatment early. That little beep on the scale probably added years to his life, Matteo said. Technology isn't magic, it's support. It's a flashlight in places we didn't know to look. It gives us metrics not to shame, but to empower. And when used with care, these tools become companions. Clara now starts her mornings by checking her sleep score, not to judge, but to decide how gently to move into her day. It's like having a health concierge, she jokes. Only less snooty, she sees how her emotions impact her rest, how hydration shifts her energy. It's not just data, it's insight with heart. Matteo built a wellness dashboard using an app that integrates sleep, exercise, stress, and nutrition. He doesn't chase perfection, he chases balance. When things dip, I ask questions, he says. Not what's wrong, but what needs care, and that's the gift. Technology reminds you that you're not a machine to optimize, you're a human to support. When self-monitoring is done right, it deepens your intuition, not replaces it. It invites you to be curious, to ask better questions, to notice your own patterns, to prevent burnout, pain, and even crisis, and more than that. It says you are worthy of attention. You don't have to wait for something to break before you care. You can start now with a breath, with a tap, with a soft voice from your device that says, let's check in. So if you've been feeling disconnected from your health, consider inviting technology and not as boss, but as app. Try a tracker, use a journaling app, monitor your sleep, map your moods. Let these digital whispers become part of your dialogue. You are allowed to be supported. You are allowed to catch your wellness before it falls. Expanding access to care through telehealth is where compassion meets connection, and where technology becomes a lifeline instead of just a tool. When someone can reach support from anywhere, at any time, without needing to overcome geography, mobility, or stigma, that's not just convenience, that's empowerment. Clara's journey with telehealth started in a way many might relate to: hesitation. For years, she avoided therapy. Not because she didn't believe in it, but because the logistics felt overwhelming. Commuting across town, finding a therapist who understood her background, squeezing appointments into an already tight schedule, it felt like too much. So she pushed her emotional needs aside, telling herself maybe later. Maybe when life slows down, but life rarely does. Then one day, while scrolling her phone in quiet desperation, she saw an ad for an online therapy platform. Talk to someone without leaving your couch, it said. She clicked, browsed profiles, found someone who looked kind, who offered evening sessions, who spoke both English and Spanish. It felt like possibility, like breaths. Her first session was awkward, sure. She stared at the screen, unsure where to place her hands. But by the end of that hour, she was relieved. I could say things aloud and still feel safe, she told me. That platform became her sanctuary: weekly calls, journal prompts, breathing tools. All delivered digitally, all with heart. Telehealth isn't sterile. When designed with empathy, it's as warm as any physical space. And it's especially vital for people who have traditionally been left out of healthcare conversations: rural communities, folks with disabilities, single parents, those without access to transportation, or people navigating social anxiety. It meets people where they are, not where the system expects them to be. Matteo saw this firsthand while volunteering with elders in his hometown. Many of them had mobility issues, some lived hours from the nearest clinic. Their medical needs piled up quietly. Then a local nonprofit introduced tablets with pre-installed video call software linked to a nearby health center. Suddenly, appointments were happening weekly. Prescriptions managed, symptoms tracked. One man cried after his first virtual visit, "I didn't know people still cared," he said. That's what telehealth does. It restores dignity. It reminds people they're not forgotten. And it's not limited to therapy or general checkups. Telehealth now spans specialties: dermatology through image sharing, physical therapy with guided video sessions, speech therapy for children, mental wellness apps with real-time chat, even virtual triage to help prioritize care before ER visits. Clara used a nutritional teleconsult after developing food sensitivities. Her virtual dietitian helped her identify triggers, navigate menus while traveling, and stay nourished all from home. I felt seen, she said, not judged for not having answers. Supported in finding them. And there's something powerful about being able to ask for help when the need arises. Not waiting weeks, not fearing the financial cost of commuting, not rearranging life for a 30-minute slot. It builds trust, it reduces avoidance, it lets wellness be woven into daily life. Mateo's partner struggled with panic attacks. The thought of sitting in a waiting room made her spiral. But with teletherapy, she had sessions from her bedroom, sometimes while still under a blanket. Progress happened slowly but surely. Healing showed up in pixels, she said, and it was just as real. Even support groups have gone virtual: grief circles, chronic illness communities, addiction recovery. Clara joined one for people navigating anxiety and found connection with someone halfway across the world. We lit candles together through Zoom, she said, and it felt like a prayer reaching across distance. Of course, telehealth comes with limitations. Physical exams can't happen virtually. Not all tech is accessible to all, privacy concerns exist. And some connections need in-person depth. But even with those caveats, the doors it opens are revolutionary. Telehealth offers choice, flexibility, reach. It says you're allowed to take care of yourself, even if the world around you makes it hard. And it's changing health equity. Rural children receiving mental health assessments they'd never get otherwise. Transgender folks connecting with affirming providers. Refugees speaking with multilingual doctors. People with limited income accessing sliding scale therapy. Telehealth makes healthcare inclusive. So if you've ever felt like support was out of reach, know this: you live in a world now where help might just be one tap away. Enhancing mental wellness with digital tools is where healing meets innovation, and where technology becomes not just functional, but compassionate. We're living in a time when your mental well-being no longer has to wait for the right conditions or be locked behind barriers. It can be invited softly, instantly, beautifully through the phone in your hand or the app on your screen. Clara knows this story intimately. For years, she battled quiet waves of anxiety they didn't shout. They whispered in the morning dread before emails, the midnight spirals, the moments where her hands felt too shaky to hold a pen. And yet, she didn't consider herself unwell. She thought, maybe this is just how I am. She downloaded a mindfulness app on a whim after seeing a friend post about it. The interface looked soothing, no pressure, no complex steps. Just a voice saying, let's take one breath together. She did, and something shifted. It wasn't a transformation, no dramatic release. It was relief, one breath, then another. Then a soft reminder, you are safe right now. That app became her lifeline. Guided meditations on hard mornings. Sleep sounds during restless nights. Journaling prompts that asked, what truth are you avoiding today? And the more she used it, the more she found herself. And it gave my inner world language, she told me once. I didn't know how much I needed that. Mateo leaned into mental wellness tech during a season of burnout. His job in hospitality was nonstop people, pace, performance. But at night, his thoughts tangled like wires. He felt emotionally exhausted and creatively empty. Therapy seemed intimidating. Sharing out loud felt vulnerable. So he tried a mood tracking app. Each day, it asked him to rate his emotions, journal a few lines, and reflect on what influenced his mental state. Over time, he saw patterns emerge. His anxiety surged after certain social events. His joy increased when he walked in nature. I stopped guessing, he said. I started no. Oh, that knowledge helped him make small shifts. More boundaries, more movement, more moments of silence. And the tech, it wasn't cold, it was affirming. It gave him proof that his mental wellness deserved attention and choice. That's what digital tools offer: awareness plus agency. Wearables track stress through heart rate and skin temperature, gently reminding you when your system's getting activated. Journaling platforms offer AI-powered reflections, helping you process emotions you didn't know how to name. Chatbots created by therapists simulate compassionate conversation, helping people practice honesty without fear. Mateo uses his smartwatch to prompt mindful breaks during hectic shifts. A gentle buzz, a short breath, sometimes just closing his eyes and saying, "I'm still here." That's the tech reaching into real life, not replacing care, but bridging it, and the stigma, it's melting. You can now say, "I use a meditation app," and people won't look confused, they'll ask for a recommendation. You can attend virtual support groups for grief, body image, anxiety, trauma, and find real connection. You can download sleep apps that whisper you into rest and feel held, not just helped. Clara now leads an online mental wellness circle using a platform that lets users join anonymously if they want. Some just listen, some share, some type. One person wrote, "I haven't spoken in 3 weeks, but being here feels like sunlight, that's healing." Digitally, yes, but deeply. Mateo joined a creative journaling community. Every week, a prompt like "What are you mourning that no one knows about?" sparks poems, reflections, catharsis. "I feel braver," he said, "because someone out there might be reading and nodding." Mental wellness tech supports you in moments of quiet struggle. It offers practices, insights, reflections, reminders. It teaches you that tuning in doesn't have to be intimidating, it can be playful, curious, and kind. Even movement apps now include emotional check-ins. Even fitness platforms remind you to hydrate not just your body, but your mind. Even scheduling apps let you block mental health breaks without guilt. And it's not about replacing people. It's about expanding possibilities. So if today feels mentally noisy, consider this. Take one breath with a guided app, track one mood just to see. Write one journal line, even if it's messy. Join one virtual circle just to listen. Let the tools meet you with grace. Let your emotions live outside your chest. Let your mind be heard digitally, yes, but meaningfully. Because you are allowed to care for your mind in modern ways. You are allowed to soften your spirals with technology made for healing. You are allowed to feel held in quiet, pixel-sized places. I thank you so much for listening to this podcast. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, and do all those lovely things you wonderful people do. I'll see you next time.